So here we are exiting Agate Point Marina. Light winds. Beautiful day, nice and sunny, nice and warm. Must be about 27 degrees. Here we go.
So sailing off from the tranquil cruising grounds of the Whitsunday Islands, we were to sail 1,500 nautical miles north along the Great Barrier Reef on our Seawind 1250 catamaran, passing famous places like Cairns, Cooktown, and then up across the Barrier Islands to Cape York on the very north of Australia. So our first night we sailed to Magnetic Island, and then we sailed on to Hinchinbrook Island, which was the first of the really tropical islands, which has lots of wildlife, including crocodiles, the big saltwater crocodiles, which are incredible creatures. It was also one of the islands hit by Cyclone Yazzie. Our 1250 catamaran's a good boat for going running with the wind. So we sailed on then into Cairns. We went to Fitzroy Island just before Cairns, stocked up in Cairns, and then sailed on for an overnight sail to Lizard Island, one of the big diving spots with lots of brae and stag and plate and soft corals for us to dive on, and clams and parrotfish and
Wow.
amazing. Beautiful coastal scenery. Tranquil.
Did you get that one, Charlie?
I did. This time I did.
Did you get that one, Charlie?
I did. This time I did.
Look at that.
Skirting Cape Melville. Some of the Captain Cook came up here in 1770, and then on to the Sandbar Islands. These are incredibly exotic islands with lots of different birds, and also lots of marine life. We snorkeled around here and walked around the island, seeing booby birds, sooty terns, huge frigate birds patrolling the air. It was arguably a dangerous place to swim, and perhaps we weren't fully aware of that, and that's why I went snorkeling, and several of the other crew members. There's 5 crew members on the boat, and that's where we encountered our first large shark, a tiger shark, which came at us, but luckily one of our crewmates was near the coral in the shallows when the shark came. So I went and rescued him with the dinghy. Charlene, my other crewmate, and we went and rescued him from the jaws of the tiger shark. It's always good to have a rubber dinghy so you can jump in it and maneuver about pretty quickly. Incredible bird life on Sandbar number 8, and you know, it's just a pristine wilderness really, with these booby birds and different kinds of fish, lots of fish as well. There's Charlene enjoying the view with our boat behind. Beautiful place, incredible. Then on we sailed during the night past Hannibal Reef, and we saw this intact wreck on Hannibal Reef. I used my night sight picking out the crocodiles and picking out buoys. This is up in Turtle Island now. We went to visit the people on Turtle Island. Rusty, who was a pearl farmer. Lots of fish to catch on the way, and lots of Spanish mackerel. They're the big catch, the Spanish mackerel, big sports fish. They put up a strong fight, and we just fillet them and put them on the barbecue. We'd also have some sushi from tuna. We'd get tuna, and we'd have nice sushi with some sauce. We have a freezer aboard, so these big ones are arguably not the best eating. You know, they're a bit old and you never know what kind of heavy metals they've got in them, but we filleted them. This is Royce, the skipper, landing this one. We've caught about 50 kilograms of fish on the trip. There's the fish disease we were worried about on the southern part, the ciguateras, I think it's called. It's a poison in some of the fish. You have to be careful. But we never suffered from any of that. We waited until we were way north before we started fishing. They bleed a lot, the Spanish mackerel. Here's me with one of the biggest ones I caught. You can see it's damn near as tall as I am. And that's Rusty the pearl farmer and his wife on Turtle Island, who we called at just before we reached the top end. And here is the Torres Straits and Cape York, the most northerly point of Australia. Windy, lots of tide. As can't hear my commentary too well there, but it's very windy, very tidal, and pretty excited to get here after about a week or so sailing. Coming in the lower Torres Straits with the
So here we are on shore. We've made it. We've just,
I'm saying there's Horn Island ahead of us. That's where we're going to go.
Horn there, and we're on the most northerly point of Australia's mainland, Cape York. It's our group from the yacht. Cameron, Heidi, and Roland, and Royce, and myself, and Charlie's behind us. Royce's girlfriend. Here we are. So here we are. Here's our Seawind 1250. Made it up to Cape York. Her name is Naughty Cat, and she's been delivered to the owners in Darwin. They're the first owners. A week's sail from Darwin now. Over there to Horn Island we have to go. Then we're going to call in at Thursday Island for some more some food. Drop off a couple of crew, and then sail it all the way to Darwin. Very remote spot, you can imagine. Cape York. That's looking over to Orpheus Island and northeast. we are at the Cape York triangulation point. Sydney is 2,720 kilometers away. Tokyo is 5,000. Magnetic North is straight up.
So here we are in the capital, Thursday Island, and then we sailed on to Possession Island, where Captain Cook took possession of the whole of the east coast, which is quite incredible, of Australia. And then we enjoyed some time in Thursday Island, went to the bar and prepared for the big trip, the 3-day trip across the Gulf of Carpentaria. The wind was very light across the Gulf of Carpentaria, and so we went fishing, had cocktail evenings, Charlene doing some cooking there, lots of fish to cook. And then we got into Gove, which is the settlement in Arnhem Land, and that's the Gove Yacht Club, and they're the big bauxite factory there. After Gove, we went through the Whitsunday Islands, the famous Guga Rip, which is a narrow shortcut.
This is a chart of Carpentaria, the Gulf of Carpentaria, and we sailed from here right across into Gove. Then from Gove we shot through this tiny narrow gap that you can't hardly even see, and then we're actually round in Brown Strait here, and then we go off the chart all the way to Darwin. So here we are in the Whitsunday Islands, about 20 nautical miles west of Gove, where we sailed during the night, and it's just an absolute paradise. I'm just fishing at the moment. I've got 2 lines out, and the others have gone off in the dinghy to have a look round, which I've already done this morning. We saw crocodiles, sharks, stingrays, lots of just small fish, large fish. That was a reef before the tide came in, and we went crayfish fishing, one in the dinghy, one in the water, to watch out for frogs and sharks. There's a lot of wildlife here. These islands are completely pristine, and we just came through an area of the gap, which is up ahead. It is it's all Aboriginal land, of course, and peaceful. I'll take you down below and have a look at our boat, the Seawind 1250, which we're delivering to Darwin. Brand new boat, just out the factory. This is the galley and sink, fridge, This is the ensuite here. Nice views when you're doing the dishes. That's this second berth in the back. And then moving over to the port side, this is my berth here. Nice and tidy, everything where it should be. And then there's the other double berth up ahead here. And the second toilet and shower. All very good.
Then we were on the last part through the Arafura Sea, and we encountered some whales, and then went into Port Essington, the derelict former capital that was going to be of the Northern Territory. And then it was the last leg down into Darwin, to end a 1,500 nautical mile and 3-week voyage. An incredible experience.